For this woman, 9 months of expectation are over. The delivery was normal, without complications. While still pregnant, the woman signed the papers for the child to be adopted by another family. She is a surrogate mom. Tomorrow, the boy's genetic mother will come to pick him up. This baby belongs to both of them. The 2 women gave life to him.
Natasha, we need to hurry. Yana called. She's on her way.
Nelly Gorska lives with her daughter Natasha. Natasha cannot have children. The women are expecting a visit by a surrogate mom. They have already spoken to the girl on the phone, and now they are ready to meet her in their home.
Let's set the table. Put everything on the table so we don't have to worry about it later.
In Russia, it is easy to find a woman who is willing to become a surrogate mom. What is difficult is choosing the right one. Natasha and her mother studied ads for 6 months before making their decision.
We saw many offers from surrogate moms on the internet, but unfortunately the amount they wanted is outrageous. It's anything between $20,000 and $40,000, or even more. We can't afford that kind of money.
Elena is a future surrogate mom. She has decided to help Natasha. They haven't discussed the financial aspect yet, but Elena has made it clear that the amount will be reasonable, between $10,000 and $12,000.
Hi, come on in. Let me take your coat. Did you find your way all right?
Yeah, the weather's really nice.
Not too cold?
No.
These are your slippers. Please, come in.
The hosts do their best to make the surrogate mom feel comfortable. They are anxious. For almost a year, they'll have a new family member, a young woman about whom they know very little.
I'm 30. I have 2 children, a boy 11 and a girl 12. How did I get to know Nelly and Natasha? Through a newspaper ad. I wanted to help people. And of course I needed money.
In Russia, there is no ban on commercial surrogacy. Any healthy woman between 20 and 35 years of age who has already had children can become a surrogate mom. There is no limit on the compensation. According to the law, genetic parents get the rights to the baby only if the surrogate mom signs a paper saying she relinquishes her rights to the child.
Say in Ukraine, the legal rights belong to whoever the ovum comes from. But in Russia, it's up to the surrogate mom. She decides whether she wants to forfeit the baby. It's a complicated matter. What we're dealing with is just practical medical issues.
Surrogacy is one of the key methods of assisted reproductive technology. It helps overcome infertility. It is based on IVF, in vitro fertilization. The procedure starts with analyzing the sperm submitted by the man. Doctors determine how numerous and agile spermatozoa are. These are the main IVF agents on the male side. They are frozen and kept in a cryobank until their time comes. Women are given special stimulant medications. Then their ripe eggs are retrieved and undergo natural selection.
Here is one good egg. We'll pick it and put it in the culture medium to be washed.
Fertilization is the most important stage of the process. Embryologists put the best eggs and the best spermatozoa in a special lab flask. But even in this tight and sterile environment, there is a chance that the fusion may not work. Doctors use a high-precision method called ICSI.
When we do ICSI, first we need to catch a nice sperm cell. Of course, the good ones are very agile and difficult to catch. Sometimes you spend lots of time trying to catch specifically the one you like the most.
This is unique footage of the fertilization process. A sperm cell is injected into an egg. Modern science has turned the divine mystery of conception into a routine medical procedure. The female and the male elements are fused together without the man and woman's direct involvement. This is, literally, immaculate conception. Fertilized eggs are stored in a special growth medium. A precise temperature is strictly maintained. The cells divide and embryos are produced. The best are selected and transferred to a woman. This is the last stage of IVF.
It's not painful. We're not going to be nervous, all right? You need to relax. Do you ever go to the beach? Close your eyes and think of waves on the sand. Now close your eyes and breathe slowly. Breathe together with this lady here. That's it. Now relax and don't move, okay? Very good.
This family health center performs about 100 fertilization operations per month. For each attempt, customers pay $4,000 to $7,000. The program that involves a surrogate mom costs more, $30,000 to $100,000. The price scares away many potential clients. But what scares them most is losing their anonymity in what is a very private procedure.
Frankly, I'm surprised that this surrogate mom agreed to let you film even a little bit of the embryo transfer. Usually, these couples are afraid of everybody, afraid of each other, afraid of talking.
One of the reasons for this fear is that later there may be a disagreement about who the real mother of the baby is. The genetic mother gives her egg for fertilization. This is a part of her body. The surrogate mother carries the baby in her womb and delivers it. Who is the real mother? Lawyers and doctors cannot provide a clear answer to this question. The attitude towards commercial surrogacy varies around the world. In most of the United States, India, South Africa, and some countries in Eastern Europe, it is legal. In Western Europe, Italy, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and France, it is prohibited. Laura Camborier lives in the city of Toulouse in southern France. In 2001, Laura established a non-profit association to help infertile couples and single women.
Hello, my association, hello.
The main meaning of the Greek word Maya is mother. One of the goals of Laura Camborier's association is to convince Parliament to adopt a new law on surrogacy. Since 1994, it has been illegal in France to pay a woman to carry a child for another family. Every year, the number of women who are physically unable to have children increases around the world.
We get about 10 phone calls and emails about surrogacy every week, and 3 or 4 couples visit our office weekly.
French couples who can't have children have to look for surrogate moms abroad. Laura Camborier's association can't give out addresses of surrogate moms, and it can't monitor the surrogacy process outside France. What Laura and her colleagues can do is provide information and help pick a country where commercial surrogacy is allowed.
No country is perfect. Each has its pros and cons. Most people go to the US or Canada. Few go to Eastern Europe.
In Russia, doctors have accumulated a lot of experience with assisted reproductive technology. More than 20 years ago, obstetrician Elena Kalinina and her colleagues conducted the first IVF program in what was then the Soviet Union. She has been fighting infertility ever since. There are about 5.5 million couples in Russia who can't have children because of infertility. This figure does not include hundreds of thousands of single women. To many of them, IVF or surrogacy is the only chance to have a baby.
Let's say a pregnant woman experiences bleeding. The child dies and the uterus is removed. What should the woman do? She's young and healthy. Her ovaries are functional. She has eggs. In such a case, we should be grateful for surrogate mothers. Even if they do it for money, what they do is still noble.
10 years ago, Natasha Gorska from St. Petersburg was happy. She was going to have a baby. Unexpectedly, her pregnancy was interrupted. Doctors had to perform an abortion and Natasha almost died. But survival came with a price. She can no longer have children of her own.
Only my mother and I know how much I suffered both physically and psychologically because of this tragedy. But even 10 years later, I still hope I can have my own child. All I need is help from a surrogate mother.
Natasha has found a surrogate mother, her third. The first two could not help her because of medical reasons. She decided to consult with someone at St. Petersburg's oldest clinic before having another go at it. The in vitro fertilization department here usually offers services for a fee. But Natasha is a special case. They don't charge her anything.
I need in vitro fertilization and a surrogate mother. I've tried this twice. Unfortunately, the first surrogate mother had a miscarriage at 4 weeks and the second at 8. Doctors just don't know what to do.
No one here can tell why. So we keep trying with the surrogacy, but actually no doctor can give any guarantees.
It costs quite a lot each time. Health insurance in Russia does not cover infertility treatment. Around $630 million a year is allocated to in vitro fertilization. This money is enough for just over 100,000 women to try once. That's very little. The issue of financing surrogacy is not even discussed.
The thing is, this program is much more expensive than in vitro fertilization. We have another party here, the surrogate mother, who usually makes money this way. Who will pay for that? It's very unlikely that the state will pay for these women's services.
Natasha Gorska doesn't know if she will find the money to pay the surrogate mother. She does not work. She has bad eyesight. But along with her mother, she doesn't want to give up. Their main goal is to have their own child. They know what to do, they just lack financial support.
Legal aid costs about $6,000. In vitro fertilization is about $7,000. And surrogate mother services, another $12,000. It takes about $25,000 altogether. Unfortunately, we don't have that kind of money.
The capital of the Urals region, Ekaterinburg. In 2004, doctors from the local family clinic decided to conduct a medical experiment called post-mortem reproduction. For this experiment, what they need is a surrogate mom, frozen sperm from a young man, and a genetic mother's egg. The goal is the birth of a baby.
This is the first officially registered case in Russia. This is just a test case that will help create a legal basis for similar cases.
The idea came from a tragedy that befell Ekaterina Zakharova's family. She lives not too far from Ekaterinburg. Her house is next to the private school she manages. Ekaterina has a master's degree, she writes scientific articles, and tends her garden.
I grow strawberries and vegetables. How could I do without all of this in the winter? Our winters are long, cold and harsh.
In the winter of 1995, Ekaterina Zakharova's only son Andrei got sick. The diagnosis: cancer. Ekaterina scraped together all the money she had and took on